welcome to episode one of my raw and uncut developer's log, where I'm building One Piece web and mobile games from total scratch. So I don't want to get in trouble, so I will be having a lot of workarounds when it comes to, One Piece is one of the highest selling mangas in the world. So I really need to know my way around building games. This is only for fans. I will be testing trivia. I won't be using, how do you say, like trademarked material and all that stuff. So, what I'm doing is, as a junior developer, I really enjoy code. And welcome to my channel. I want to bridge a little bit of a gap between coding with AI, reading One Piece manga, understanding One Piece lore, going into episodes, and pretty much just my interest for One Piece and my interest for coding and development into one little bit of a bundle here on this YouTube channel. So today we're laying down the foundation. And as you guys can see, I don't even have a project folder open yet. So what we will do is run some commands, and you guys can't see it, but off screen, I have some instructions on following a little bit of a game plan here on this channel, right? So firstly, I'm going to run npm init to install. Inside of my VS Code, I need to install my Supabase client, which will be my backend. And this is Supabase. I've gone ahead and created something called One Piece Trivia Game. Later on, inside this video, well, I won't show it exactly here, but I will be needing to grab my APIs from my Supabase. This will be where I host all of my trivia questions inside of tables. I will be using something like the SQL editor, the SQL editor, table editors to store my database. And this is also going to be what ties in my users in the near future, right? Authentication. I get to have users who can sign in and possibly compete against other users. So this is the plan. Right now, let me go back to my little instruction guide that I have here on the side. And first off, I need to build a new folder. So new folder, I don't have the new folder open quite as yet. So what I will do off on the side is just open up a folder. I will open it. Yeah, I'm just opening on my main, and let's name it the exact same as my Supabase. Where is it? So I can name this One Piece trivia, all this stuff. I'm gonna name my folder this. So this is a place for me to make mistakes, right, guys? So here you will be getting everything raw. I'm a junior developer, like I mentioned, and I'm using this channel and this platform to learn as I go. So I have it saved over here in my SSD, my C folder, and these are a bunch of my other projects that I've been working on. But this is where you're going to see every step that I do, every line of code that AI creates for me, and every mistake that I make. So here it is, the One Piece trivia game. This is open. And what my AI is telling me now is to open up my VS Code, I'm sorry, and get my terminal open. So we can start off inside of our terminal. We have this going on. Let's bring this open. Try our new agents windows, our new agent windows. Okay, so VS Code have changed since the last time that I've used it. It's a little bit different. It has agent windows now. For example, Codex and Anti-Gravity have went into this more agentic way of building websites. So this has been a goal or a little bit of a process for me for quite some time now, and it's something that I haven't been doing for a bit. How do I get my terminal again? Terminal. See, it's been a while since this has been updated. This looks a little bit different. I want to get to my terminal. No, you see, dude, view my terminal. So terminal is view, control, and that thing you control shift. What is it? Do control plus. Okay, I know how to open my terminal. Let's test it. Is it this? Okay, what I will do is see if I can run my first command here inside of my terminal. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place here for this one. But what this is going to do is getting my project started to install the ability to have Supabase in my app. So let's have this run. It's asking me for my Git repository, which I do have. So let's see what it's doing now. It's completed our Supabase stuff now offline. So now I'm in my SQL database. So let's head over to my Google AI Studio. And what I want to do is begin writing prompts to generate our Python driven SQL trivia payload that I can then come and run into this for it to start understanding my trivia questions and answers based on One Piece. Okay, gang. So Don went ahead and opened up Gemini. It was My instructions on the other side is telling me to open AI Studio, but I don't want to. I think it has confusions understanding what AI Studio really is. AI Studio is where I will be prototyping some of these projects, right? But I don't want to build anything inside of AI Studio. Or actually, I think maybe I can just chat inside of AI Studio. Where's my playground? If I just want to chat, how do I go to just chat? Just let's see. Custom support. Start typing a prompt to see what our agent can generate. Yeah, I don't want to be at the studio. Let's see AI Studio. I'm just going to use Gemini, okay? For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to use Gemini. So it's given me my first prompt engineering SQL database structure over on this side. So what I would do is come and paste this over into Gemini. And what this is going to try to do is write a clean SQL script that does two things. It's going to create a table named questions, and it's going to create 5 medium to difficult trivia questions covering the entire East Blue and Alabasta arcs into a questionable table. So this is just the first start. Let's see what it begins to do. Like I mentioned, this is only a starter test. Once I have something like a foundation, I will start telling it my own iterations, my own ideas, what I want it to do. So let's first see what this does. If we run this, it's going to say run and enable RLS. So I ran, this is successful. We now have our first table, I would guess, right? Okay, so after running that SQL code, we can now see here on my Supabase that we have 5 questions and it's saying Arabasta. Is that the correct way of spelling Alabasta? Normally it's spelled with an L, but I'm going to trust that it's using maybe the fandom, right? Maybe it's Arabasta. So for example, it's asking what was the exact name of the Navy base commander in Town? The name of that person was Captain Morgan. So this is ran that. It's given me the correct answer. So instead of manually typing over 100 questions and answers into a spreadsheet, this will be the way that we actually create these questions and answers inside of my backend. And of course, these could be multiple choices. We might be able to use our own, eventually in the future, we could use our own AI generated pictures of these characters. Of course, we'll try to make them just a little bit different from the original, just to avoid at the start any copyright situations, because at the end of the day, I'm just doing this for fun. Maybe eventually my audience and my, what are you guys called, my community can play the games for no cost at all. But right now I'm just trying to test myself. So it's generated this. Now let's see what the next step will be. Okay, so since we have a working database, what I need to do now is I'm going to move my Supabase off to the side for just a moment, because I will be needing to access my API keys. So let's see, Supabase migrations. So next step is to go to Supabase, project settings and API. Let me grab this over on this side. Supabase, my projects, and where do I get to my APIs from here? Like I told you guys, I'm a complete noob when it comes to this, so forgive me. Supabase, my project settings, and then we're going to go to our API stuff, right? Let's grab our, is it data API? My API keys. So let's grab our API keys, and I'm actually going to need to replace these, my Supabase URL, my Supabase key with my actual ones. So let's see, where do I find these again? Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I had a little bit of an issue adding this to the chat. So I had to go ahead and open up my codex. Let's see what it does here. This repo is extremely bare. I'm seeing package.json. There isn't an existing file to plug into. Okay, so I've been following my steps, and I had to do a little bit of this off camera because it included my API keys. So what it's telling me, Codex, is that it's added my Supabase config and clients to my project, right? So I have my local keys inside of my env.local. So I went ahead and asked my AI here on the side to give me a full master prompt that I can then come over here and give it to Codex, right? I want Codex to begin having a full understanding of my app. So it's asking, or it's telling that this is a full One Piece multi-choice trivia web game. And I'm going to quickly add this into Codex. I know Codex does not give me many tokens, so I'm going to keep this very, very short. But my idea is that this is going to have Codex begin to understand my app. So it's saying this is going to turn this package into a real playable Vite web app. And keep in mind, guys, I am a junior programmer, so I don't have the best understanding of what Vite app is. But while this is doing this, let me quickly tell you my goal, or I guess, yeah, you can call it my goal, what I wish to achieve with this project or understanding this. And I know when it comes to making these videos, I don't have the best understanding of what I'm doing. By no means do I expect this channel to be somewhere you come to learn how to code or learn how to build apps. I myself is just starting out. I'm really trying to understand or build things that could be useful. I just happen to have an interest in One Piece, so this is where I'm starting off at. And like I mentioned, I haven't really gotten into any One Piece manga so far, so I'm at least interested to know if you guys are interested in hearing or watching content built around building apps for One Piece trivia. You guys can contribute to the questions, the answers. I want to have lore type questions, not only facts, but maybe lore and prediction levels. We can incorporate anything into the app, but for the moment, let's just start off by having a little bit of a foundation. So React is now properly registered. He's patching the Vite config. So everything is happening from my codex, and it's trying to write everything here inside of my VS Code. So a bunch of these folders are being written inside of my VS Code. These are both connected to my folder. And for the most part, at the moment, I can't really show you an active version of anything. But what I can do is come back over to my Google AI Studio over here to begin working on something like this. So I went ahead and ran this master prompt inside of VS Code. I want to start off by building a prototype, like the UI interface and all this good stuff. I'm building this inside of aistudio.google.com/apps. And this is where you build your ideas using Gemini. So I want to be able to add my configurations for Supabase, my backend, maybe Gemini for creating images on the fly in app, background images, and all that stuff. We want to build something here using this prototyping platform built by Google Gemini. So based on my app, I want you to write me another master prompt for us to start off building the user interface and the user design inside of AI Studio gemini.com/apps. So this is where I will be building my prototype, my testing playground. I already have my Supabase set up. I have VS Code happening and Codex happening, but I want to start off building something or something visual that I know what it's going to look like. So before we build everything inside of VS Code and waste all of our tokens in VS Code or Codex, I want to start off building inside of AI Studio. So now that I have everything for my Supabase and I can share with you my Supabase stuff, API keys, so that you understand and start building the already connected with your code that you will write inside of Gemini AI Studio, I can begin sharing these with you and we can start building this prototype with all the right connections. So whenever I download the file and import it into VS Code, it already have all the correct placeholders. And guys, if you're wondering why I just spoke like a bunch of that stuff into the void, it's because I use channel sponsor whisperflow.ai. So if you guys are interested, this is the fastest way to type in all of your apps. So this connects directly to your keyboard in your iOS device, your Windows PC, your Android device, even your MacBook, guys. I'm not sure if it's available on Linux, but you guys should really check out Whisperflow. Dude, instead of typing for these videos, you can just speak into your, okay, and this might be ready. Let's see. Cut the channel sponsor and let's go back to our VS Code. But yeah, you guys can check out Whisperflow. I will leave a link in the description for you guys to check out not VS Code, but you guys can check out VS Code from my description. I might leave the links to the tools that I use here in these videos in my build progress, but VS Code is pretty much free to use. So I went ahead and paste this master prompt into AI Studio just for it to begin building a little bit of a prototype, something for me to look at. And while this does that, let me go back to VS Code and also my Codex and see everything that is built. So Codex, and I might also soon be out of credits for Codex, which is why I want to build prototypes first inside of AI Studio. So it's telling me done. I built the One Piece trivia game app. So it's added the React and Vite inside of my main. Let's see, where is that actually? Source. So main, all of this is in here. It's already done all of that, right? So round one, it's built 3 rounds so far. Round one has 3 questions, round two has 5, and round three has 7. So this is something that I will be building on in the future, having them have more questions per round as they build up maybe, or the difficulty of the round. So it's built all of this. It has told me it's added my Supabase browser client inside of src dash Supabase. So let's go ahead and see what that is. Supabase src supabase.js actually. Supabase.js. Well, that's that. Actually, it's going to import from my local. So I shouldn't paste it in here. It's actually importing it from my local. Import meta.env. So that's good. I'm not really exposing anything that I should not be. So it's also added responsive pirate anime styling, updated my scripts and dependencies, and added public front end env names. My Supabase anon reads reaches the question tables but currently returns 0 rows. A difficulty specific query also reported questions that difficulty is missing. So we need to run queries for this verification. I'm going to need to run SQL queries inside of my Supabase backend to have all of these difficulty levels understood by my backend logic, right? So while this has been getting created, let's go back and see what it's done. It's asking me for these different type of themes. Should we go for a sleek interface, an elegant dark, an artistic flair, frosted glass, elegant dark, sleek interface? Let's go for the, do we have more? No, that's it. Let's go for the sleek interface only for now. But like I mentioned, in the future we might add some neat backgrounds, maybe some playful videos in the background. The sky's the limit when it comes to using these tools. I just want to make sure I have all of the right logic and connections happening. My back end, a place to get the questions from. So while this is doing this, let me quickly make sure some other stuff is correct. Okay, guys, so I will admit I am a little bit confused on the start of this project, especially since I'm documenting it, right? I want to be perfect. I don't want to be making mistakes in front of you guys. So what I went ahead and did was to ask, before I ran out of Codex credits, I wanted to ask this to build me a front end design. But this is what Google AI Studio, Gemini AI Studio has created for me, right? So it's asking me what is the name of Monkey D. Luffy's signature, but it's giving me the correct answer. Continue. Oh, actually, this is because I ran out of time. Which pirate holds the dream to finding the all blue? That would be Sanji. And we have got sound design, bro. Continue. What was the name of the Straw Hat Pirates' first official ship? Going Merry. So listen to that, guys. We have sound design, and now we've become a Straw Hat captain. So this is what we've built so far using Google AI Studio. And honestly, guys, I want to scale big. So why did it just fart at me, dude? I want to scale big. So this is the reason I want to take this little prototype into somewhere like VS Code where I can host it local. But for now, I've got 2 out of 6 correct. I guess I got the first 2 wrong. Let's see. Start round 2. What is the name of Zoro's cursed sword that he obtained? Why is this already green? Did I already pass at this level? Which Cypherpole 9 agent techniques allow the users to jump off cliffs? Dude, it's Geppo. See, I'm not very good at this. What special song does Brooke, and this is called Binks, what is the true name of the island where Goldie Roger left the One Piece? Well, not where he left it. Is it Laftel or Raftel? Dude, that's a trick question because in some translations it could be called Raftel. Anyways, which doctor trained Tony Chopper? That's Dr. Dude, what? Oh, I guess you're kind of right, bro. And that's also another trick question because Dr. Hirulik did begin with the training. So start round 3. Who was revealed to be the true creator and secret user of the ancient weapon Poseidon? Was that Princess Shiro? What was Gold Roger's original pirate ship called? The Earl Jackson. Which admiral possessed the Magu Magu during the Summit War? And I think this is... Dude, there we go, bro. So we've done with... Wait a minute. Do we continue? What is the name of the ancient kingdom? The giant robot, Iron Giant. Yeah, the giant robot. I didn't even finish reading the question, honestly. So it's saying, what are the three forms of haki? Dude, it's in Japanese. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, it's in Japanese, so I would not have gotten that, bro. What was the original name of the Revolutionary Army's chief of staff before regaining his memories? Before? Hack? I mean, yeah, I know it's Sabo, but it's going to always be Sabo, bro. Who was revealed to be the true creator of secret user of the ancient weapon Poseidon? So, see, we've already been through these questions and it's asking me to go through even more rounds, so there is no way to pause. Let's see, crew cache. Yeah, see, it failed me on that, but I need to have a way to stop the game. So of course this is just a little bit of a start to what the One Piece trivia game might be. And of course I want to be able to maybe compete with friends. Deck, what have I done here? Active crew are these people that I've earned so far. Okay, so I've earned Monkey D. Luffy and Zoro, ultra rare, secret rare, super rare, dude, ultra rare. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what this went ahead and build here. We are going to have to come back and revisit these ideas, but this is a quick start to a little bit of a trivia game website, web game based on One Piece, right? And if you guys know, One Piece chapter 1189, King of the World, is so crazy. Luffy is pretty much on the verge of death, guys. And let's go down to panel number, where was it at? It's actually early in the chapter. And I love this, bro, because Usopp is supposed to be having his best time here on Elbap. And at the start of the chapter, Luffy is getting impaled by these swords at the hand of Imu, right? And Usopp, I've read this theory that Usopp is Luffy's best friend. It's not even Zoro, bro, because Zoro is just a loyal crewmate, but Usopp is the person who trusts the most in Luffy to protect the entire crew, not only himself, not only Usopp, but the entire crew. So Usopp, being Luffy's best friend, he's the first to notice that there's something wrong with Luffy. And Usopp asks, what is that? What? He gets this trigger like, Luffy, is Luffy okay? And they're like, what do you mean, bro? Like, don't scare me like that. When has Luffy not even been okay? And Jinbei is like, considering what it means, the enormous giant was defeated, Nami. So because fucking Loki was defeated, Luffy might not even be okay. And then it takes Jinbei a little bit of some time to really feel like, yeah, dude, Luffy's haki really did dip in power. And we have Ragnar. Wait a minute, is his name Ragnar, dude? The little squirrel? Yeah, his name is Ragnar. So we've got Ragnar and Chopper in the same place for the first time. And Brooke is still a little bit fixated on Princess Shuri, but she might still be, we don't know who she is yet. And this squirrel, Ragnar is trying to say she might still be dangerous, bro. Like you can't be so close to her. So with that said, guys, that's what we were trying to build for the first section of this video. What I want to do is continue discussing with my AI. I've shown you a little bit of what I've been doing. What I don't want is for my AI credits to end where we are at the moment. But yeah, do check out channel sponsor Whisperflow. They're really for X updating or just like 4xing your fucking typing speed, bro. Instead of typing, you can just use your voice. So VS Code, let's see where we're at with, let's see. I actually have a local setup going on. So this is what my agent inside of VS Code made for me. So I can start round one, which it's made me 4 rounds so far, becoming king of the Trivia Pirates. So I've done no rounds so far. And this is what I started. So first I need to run my SQL setup to enable scores, and which is what I asked recently. So I need to copy and paste this. Wait a minute. To begin something like this. Hold on. Let's see. I've asked something of my, and this is actually over. This is where I asked for the SQL setup. Let's see. Key files, game engines. Okay, here's my SQL. How can I copy this? Wait a minute. No, I need to come ahead and get this into my SQL editor. I'm gonna run the new one. You guys probably can't see this on the other side, but I could for just a moment bring it over here. I just pasted this over here, run the query, and hopefully successful rows. Those rows will run, and these should be set up over here. So next, Supabase SQL setup. SQL number 5, I've done that. Local setup, everything seems to be cool. So if we go back and run our local, then we should no longer be getting that. A little bit of an error. Leaderboard, no saves run. Okay, so see, this leaderboard thingy disappeared because now we actually have saved runs. We can eventually, well, next I'm going to go back and, the first test we were getting from not Anti-Gravity, from AI Studio. It's giving us stuff in Japanese, so we will also want to find a way for this to be translated to English. But this is my process for the first segment of this series. I want to start building a little bit more One Piece style games. So next video, or I might even take some time off stream or off video to perfect this and come back a little bit with my progress, where I've been going, what I've been doing, all that good stuff. So let me focus on what I've built so far, because I feel it obligatory to just be speaking to you guys all the time while I'm on stream and not really be focusing on what I should be doing. So I want to build a scraper for the One Piece fandom wiki as well. That way I don't have to always be updating the questions. These questions can actually start building themselves over time. So with that said, guys, I will be going over more details of the One Piece in some other videos in the future. So thank you guys for watching, stopping by, like the video, subscribe, and you check out our channel sponsor if you're interested in doing any type of real life work which requires you typing. Instead of typing, guys, just use your voice using Whisperflow. It omits all of your mistakes, your ums, your breaks, and turn it into something that you actually want to send by email or by text message. So do check out Whisperflow. Anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.